everyone. Welcome back again to the Wednesday evening sew and chat. Hopefully I'm back on. When he signed off, I think it signed off both of us. So let me check and make sure I am back. It might be on a new video. I think I tried to put it back with the other one, but it may not be. It doesn't look like it is. So, oops. Oops. It looks like some of you are hopping in though. So, okay, good. Yeah, he broke the live stream, Michelle. I was like, I wasn't sure. So I think I may have, before I realized it was cut off, was talking about when I start a new line sewing, that I just choose a line on the Quiltlock to line up with my last row of stitches, and then I stitch along there. Am I not back on? Yeah, Mike, it's deja vu. Am I not back on? Let me see. I thought I am back. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I am. It just was delayed. Okay. And I have sound, apparently. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, so I'm going to get back to quilting this. And hi, Cheryl. Thanks for hopping back on. I'm really, really sorry. But again, just in case you're hopping on here for the first time, I'm quilting up the Tilted Charms watermelon from Open Gate Quilts. So I'm just going through. I already have one row of stitches. I'm just straight line stitching this, and I'm lining up the lines on here with the lines of stitches and just going across. So I usually on this sewing machine set my stitch length to about the 3 mark on here. This one's kind of awkward to quilt because I like to throw the quilt up over my shoulder, but it's so small because it's longer than it is wide, and I kind of just don't know how to maneuver it. I don't usually do smaller quilts that often, but I wanted to get this one finished and get it up because it is so cute. If you watched the unboxing of this one and when I made the blocks for it, it came with a wall hanging hanger as well that has a little watermelon on it. It's so cute. So I'm also going to need to remember to put a hanging sleeve on it before I bind it. I like to put the sleeve on before I bind it so I can stitch it into the binding on the back. Thank you all for hopping back on. I appreciate it. Thank you, Joan. So how is the weather where you are at? I was going on and on the first live stream about the weather we've had here in the Houston area. And now with the hurricane having passed through, it is just so hot and humid here. And I went for a walk this morning and got eaten by mosquitoes. They usually spray pretty regularly here, and I don't need to put on bug spray, but I'm going to need to remember to put some on when I go for a walk tomorrow because they are out there so bad. They probably just haven't had time to come through and spray since everything's been crazy here. Yeah, Cheryl, I wish we could have got on, but I can't remember if Wednesday we had power. It was a blur last week. I think Wednesday we had power back, but they were still cutting it and turning it back on that day. And it was just, we were exhausted. It was really hard to sleep because it was getting so hot. So we were just tired. And then we had a lot of work to catch up on. I felt really bad because we kept seeing orders come in, but we did not have power to do anything to fill them. And then even when the orders that I had dropped off before this whole area lost power, I knew those weren't moving. I felt really bad. I mean, I know there's nothing I can do, but I mean, you know, people are excited to get what they order. When I place an order for something, I know I'm looking, hoping and waiting for it to ship because I want it. So it's just hard. Like, I knew it wasn't our fault, but I still felt bad that they weren't going out as fast as I would hope for them to be able to go out. Zazie, you love thunderstorms? They scare me now. I used to love them when I was a kid, as long as they were during the day. I didn't like them at night because it would scare me hearing, you know, the thunder and just not be expecting it. But now I don't know why. I think it's because all the trees around here are so old and they fall. I mean, I didn't want to take pictures of other people's houses and property and put them out in the public. But when I drove around after, it was just scary seeing some of the trees down. Some had hit houses. And I mean, these were big, big trees. We had, thankfully, I think you all may remember a while ago, we were talking about, we were trying to get someone out here to trim our trees back. And we had one that was really close to our house that we were worried about, that we thought was dead. And we could not get someone to come out and take a look and commit to coming and taking them down and trimming back the branches. But we finally got somebody a week or two to come back and trim our trees and they cut probably 4 down that they said were dead. So we were really, really thankful that we had gotten that taken care of, what felt like just in time. You really like the lightning too? I don't know. It'll be a while before I'm okay with a storm. This one was really scary. If any of you live in the area, and I know some of you do, I know, and I think it's Andrea lives around here. And the wind was just scary hearing it. It was really scary. But thankfully, the only thing we lost was the refrigerator. Because I know a lot of people, last I saw from an update, still didn't have power around here. Some people still don't have power, and it's over a week without it. So I feel like we were really lucky. My husband's saying sorry because he thinks that when he left that it cut the stream, and I don't know if it was that or just everything here. It could have been. I can blame it on him. I was really worried because we had earlier today when I was making dinner, the power went on and off twice, and I was like, oh no, because it was a little windy outside. I don't know if it's because it's windy or if they're still putting on neighborhoods, that they're having to cut some sections, their power while they do the final touches in some areas. I don't know why it was going on and off, but I was really worried that I'd lose power on the live stream too. And I didn't want to cancel another one in the event that it might go out. I wasn't sure. But our main light into our area here is still out. I'm not sure why, because I think all the neighborhoods around us have power now. I think they do, but that main light still doesn't have any. It's flashing. So I don't know. You'll probably notice that I don't turn the quilt it in opposite directions. A lot of people like to do that. I just don't. I know I should, and it probably does make it slightly wonky, but to me, it's not noticeable enough to bother me. So I just go with it because it's easier than turning it completely around each time. So that's just what I do. The proper way probably is to do each line in opposite directions, but I don't. I'm just using my 1/4-inch foot. Normally I put a walking foot on, but since this is such a small project, I'm not going to switch it out to the walking foot to quilt this one up. Normally I would use a walking foot here, but I just didn't want to have to switch it out to switch it back to piece the project I'm working on later. It's just me being lazy, honestly. That's why I don't turn the quilt. That's why I'm not putting the walking foot on. If I knew that there was a lot of really bulky seams on this, or that I would struggle getting even stitches on even the small project, I would switch it out. But I know that this doesn't have any really bulky spots on it, so I really wasn't worried about having any issues on this smaller project. And it's just so cute that I think even if it had some wonky stitches somewhere, it's not going to be noticeable in the end because it's such a cute design. Monique really did a really good job with this one. It's so cute. And I really like the colors of the fabrics and the prints. It all works really perfectly. Oh, the long arm. I didn't even think about that. I probably should keep it unplugged when I'm not using it. I didn't even think about that. Hi, Sean. How are you doing? I need to watch your video where you updated on your trip. I saw that go up, but I just haven't got a chance to watch it yet. I've been trying to catch up on so many different things. I did. I just today finally cleaned out my sewing machine really well. Got all the lint out and oiled it, and it sounds so much better. It's always a reminder to me every time I do that I need to make sure I pay attention and do that regularly, and then I never do. It's the same with changing out my rotary blade when I'm really struggling, having to put a lot of pressure and have little bits in it that don't cut through the fabric all the way. And then when I finally give in and change out the rotary blade, I'm like, why did I wait so long? I hate that. I do it every time too. I know, Sean, it really is hard to keep up. Well, there's so many channels that I love, and I'll see a video go up and I'm like, I need to make sure I go back and watch that. It's so hard to keep up with all the really good channels out there. I just watched Steven's latest, I can't remember if he calls them podcasts or what he calls his, but I just watched his where he was saying, I think it was titled something like "People Suck" or something, so it caught my attention. Steven is Steven Bland and the Idiot Quilter. His podcast, or I think he calls them weekly podcasts, but his are always really funny. I enjoy watching him. But it was his birthday recently, and he was showing what his husband Walter made him for dinner and all this stuff. Those were really fun watch. Alexandra or Zaza, yes, I'm the same with needles too. And that's one thing that I was just thinking about when I was talking about cleaning the machine and everything and the rotary blade, is that even when I cleaned it up, I didn't change out the needle, and I should have done that. Oh, Annette, you are strict. You would be mad at me all the time. I'm really bad at all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know why, because I like everything in, like, outside of my quilt space. I love for everything to be very clean, very organized. But for some reason, when I'm here, my mind just works completely different, and I just want to work on projects. I don't want to clean. I don't want to dust. I just want to be able to cut fabric and sew fabric together. It's really strange how different that kind of mindset is when I'm here in this space. But I'm also different in that same aspect where in a lot of other things where I want everything to be very perfect, here I'm different. I just want to enjoy myself. So I don't mind if like points meet perfectly or lines are perfectly straight. I just want to enjoy the whole process. So it's kind of interesting how I think in this space, I want like more relaxation and just to have fun. It's probably more of a getaway than the rest of life. Yeah, so I've got a lot better too. I've got a lot better at remembering to oil and clean out the machine and things like that. I usually try to do that at least when I fill all my bobbins again. When I run out of them, I fill them all up. I think they say you should, after each bobbin, clean out the lint and everything at least. I try to do that like a quick clean out when I switch them out, but when I go and have to fill up a whole, well, I don't have to, but I like to have a whole bunch of bobbins filled when I run out of all of them. I try to remember to really clean it out really well and oil. All right, so this is probably what makes my quilts a little off kilter a little bit is I don't go back and forth in one direction, but to make it easier, I'll flip it the other way. So it'll probably be slit a little bit, and I'll just, you know, when I trim it up, I'll try to make sure I can correct that a little, but it honestly won't be noticeable probably at all since this is such a small quilt. And once it's hanging up, probably wouldn't even notice it. Oh, yeah, I did say off kilter, didn't I? Nancy, this is Monique from Open Gate Quilts. It's one of her tilted charm patterns. It's part of a quarterly subscription box. It's different, this subscription box, in that you know all 4 patterns for the year that you're getting. I don't know if she's selling them individually. I know she has one of them that was in her Christmas Advent box last year is up. It's the Tilted Presents. So hopefully she'll put all these up at some point as individual patterns that you can buy if you like it, because this one is so cute. I know a lot of people will probably want it if they didn't get the subscription. I think what's cute about this subscription is all of the wall hangings are the same type of design. They're the same size, have blocks within it that tilt back and forth. But seasonally, the featured block is different. But each one also comes with a wall hanger that is like specific to this wall hanging as well. Like this one has a little watermelon on it. It is really, really cute. Thank you, Dexter's mom. I love these quilting gloves. I just got them, I think, from Lowe's, but I had some that are specific to quilting that I got at a quilt shop, and they worked fine. They just didn't fit my hands as perfectly as these. So, and these were a lot cheaper too, actually, but they work really well. Yes, Ian, her Halloween box was really good too. And I think, did she just release signups for the next one? If not, I think it's coming up really soon. But I thought I saw it come through, but I could be hallucinating. This last week has been a blur. Ian, I think you got to miss Burl. I don't think it quite made it over to you, did it? Yeah, I thought I saw it come through, but it's like maybe I didn't. I don't know. I was questioning everything. I figured that it did because I know I saw the unboxing for that last year. Like whenever these things get released, like the advent boxes and all that, I'll see a little boost in those older videos getting watched because people want to see if it's something they would like. I'm very jealous, Ian. I would have loved to just get a little rain. That would have been so nice. I keep trying. Every time I hear myself complaining about it, I try to stop myself because it really wasn't as bad for us as it was for so many other people. I don't know if they got power yet, but one of my daughter's friends stayed over. It was Saturday or Sunday night, and they'd still not had power turned back on at their house. And so it has been over a week now that they haven't had power. Yeah, I think any kind of gardening glove or work glove that has grips on it would work really well. I know some people said that usually in the summer, even the dollar store will get like grip gardening gloves that you could use too. I haven't gone to look to see how well they fit or how good they are, but I know I've seen people post about that's a good place to get them as well. Oh yeah, see, Joyce said that's where she'll buy garden gloves from the dollar store. So something to look at too. Oh my goodness, Ian, 6.5 days. I know, that's why I keep thinking I need to stop complaining because it could have been so much worse. But it's really hard. It's really hard because sometimes, I mean, let's be honest, sometimes it's like you're focused on what's happening to you in your life. And sometimes you do have to take a step back and just realize sometimes you just have to be grateful. It could have been really, really bad. Oh, Jamaica. Yeah, they got hit hard. That would have been really scary to be there. Ooh, blue and black would have been so much prettier. That sounds really pretty. Joyce, yes, I am really good at losing things too. I actually last week or the week before, I was putting a binding on a quilt, and I like to wear these when I'm binding the quilt as well. And I could only find one of them for a while. And then I finally realized it fell back behind somewhere, and I was like, oh my goodness. I'm good at losing things for sure. And then they always turn back up when you buy a replacement. And a lot of the times I put it in a really safe place. I just forgot about it. I forgot where that safe place was. Oh, that got cold. It still tastes okay, but it got cold. Not as good to me when it's cold. I don't mind iced chai lattes, but I prefer them warm. But when it's like that not quite iced, but not warm anymore, it's kind of a weird in a weird place. And I did realize I didn't get a coffee because I didn't want all the caffeine, but chai does have a decent amount of caffeine in it. So maybe I will be up later than I'd planned working on stuff if that caffeine hits me. I've been so tired though that it probably won't even really do anything. See, it's like at an awkward length right now where I can't hold it up over my shoulder to keep it from dragging. Mike, are you one of those people who caffeine doesn't affect you at all? A double espresso. I remember the first time I had espresso and I was so hyper. That was so much caffeine for me. I was like, I can do everything all at once. I don't know how some people do that. I would be up all night. I think my cutoff is probably around lunchtime, or I won't be able to sleep well. But some people are just like that, where they can have all the caffeine all the time. A lot of you can. Oh my goodness. I cannot. All the caffeine. So do you drink all the caffeine black, or do you have to have yummy mix-ins? I'm not a big coffee drinker. If I drink coffee, it's usually a dash of coffee with creamer and milk as well. And the color of my coffee is very much more like a tea at that point. I much more prefer the flavor of tea. I have to have a very, very light roast coffee and then a lot of cream and milk. Zaza, I'm the same. I can drink tea without any milk as well. I like chai latte, but I could drink the chai without milk. I can drink it without sugar. I can drink unsweetened tea, but I can't with coffee though. Well, there you go, Mike. You match up with my husband on that one. He does not like chai at all. Judy, I prefer tea with sugar as well, but I can drink it. I can drink it without sugar too. But I do prefer it with at least some sugar in it. But if sugar is an option, it's almost always going to be a yes for me. You drink coffee from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Oh my goodness. I could not. I can drink lemonade all day. I think I'm just going to go along the edge on this one. I think I'm just going to go all the way around it now. all the way around the edge just to make sure it is in place. I think I will have time tomorrow to trim this and bind it, but just in case it gets put on the wayside because something happens, it'll be all tacked in place. So I am not, I do not drink, I don't like chocolate at all. I don't drink chocolate. I don't eat chocolate. I've never liked chocolate. My mom loves to talk about how I have never liked chocolate and that she would even try to give me white chocolate when I was little. And I didn't like that either. But now I will eat white chocolate, but I still don't like chocolate at all. But no chocolate. But whenever I see anything about hot chocolate, I always think of that movie on Netflix. I think it's A Night Before Christmas, where if none of you have seen it, well, like it won't make any sense, but it just cracks me up because he refers to the hot chocolate as mead. I love that movie. We were considering watching that the other day, even though it's not even close to Christmas, because me and my husband both like that movie. It's just a fun, cheesy Christmas movie to watch. I've watched that movie so many times. Oh, what did Ian say? I think I missed it. Oh, Ian just got back from dropping off his quilts at the Ellis County Quilt Show. Cross your fingers. We will cross all the fingers, Ian. That's awesome. I really need to get that one quilt that I want to try and put in a show finished. I just keep putting it off. I have realized that I am really bad at goal setting. I have never liked setting goals. I like the idea of setting goals. I will think about it and set goals, but I feel like when I set goals, I'm even worse at meeting them. I don't know why. I feel like because if I get behind on the goal or feel like I'm not going to meet the goal, I just give up and move on to something else. So, I don't know, it kind of takes the fun out of working on something for me too. So, I don't know. It's probably just another weird quirk of mine, but I don't like goal setting. I need to with that one though. What do we call this when we go around the entire edge of a quilt? Is it the victory lap? Is that what it's? I'm not basting it though. I didn't change the stitch length at all. I just keeping it simple. Oh, Ian, yeah, Amy was telling me about the Austin one too. They extended their deadline. I really should try to get that one entered. I did finally sketch out some different like quilting ideas for it and designs. I just need to practice them. I'm not like all the way confident on my long arm yet. So that's sort of holding me back as well. This is why I love straight line quilting, because it gets finished quick. Oh, Ian, that'll be so much fun. I know you two have met each other before, but you guys are both great people, so that'll be a lot of fun. And just like that, should have done them closer together. I like it though. I think it looks really good. Just nice and simple. Just need to trim it up. I mean, you won't see the back after it gets hung up, but it's, I think should I show it upside down? I think I did. It's really, really cute though. So I just need to trim it up and bind it. The binding is black. It came in the kit. I'm going to step away for just a second because I want to show you the wall hanger that we got for it. I meant to grab it, but I forgot. Well, we were just talking about losing things, and I don't even know where I put it now. I'll find it though, but the binding's already cut for it. So I'm going to sew these together and have them ready for tomorrow as well. So Ian, what video did you show the quilts that you're entering? Because now I need to go watch it and see them, because it sounds like from the chat that you must have shown the ones that you are entering. Oh, this might be a really bad idea, leaving this thread the same, because it shows up a lot. Well, hopefully this thread will not show through. And I am just, I'm not doing them at an angle or anything, just keeping it simple. I just need to decide also if, when I bind this, if I want to just machine stitch it the whole way, or if I want to machine stitch it to the front and then flip it to the back and hand stitch it down. But I have 2 quilts already that I need to hand stitch the binding onto the back, and they are larger quilts. So I don't know if I want to add another one to the pile of that or not. Okay, you know, I will keep an eye out for that, just so I can see what they are. See if my iron heated up or not. It'll feel really good to have the binding ready to go. I think the black will stand out a lot. There's just a little bit of black in it though, but it looked really good in the photo. I swear I brought that over here and now I don't even see where that is. So, oh. Oh, my poor mind. Okay, I found the stuff. I did bring it over here. It's that I moved the table when I was setting stuff up, that I had it on next to me. And my goodness, if my head was not attached on, I would lose that too. So here's the hanger. It is so cute. So it's made by Patchabilities, and her website is patchabilities.com. So if you want to see the different things that she makes, it's really, really cute. I'll put it down here. You'll probably see it a little better. So cute. I was absolutely in love as soon as I got, like, open this up. It's just so cute. And then here is the quilt with the black binding. I think it will look really good after it's finished. I was really worried because it's such a strong color, but I think since it's a thinner binding, it'll look really good on here, bringing it all together. So I'm excited to finish it. I've been thinking about sending it to my friend in Florida because she loves watermelon and I think she would really, really like it. But it's so cute. I kind of want to keep it too. I have the pattern though, so maybe if this fabric line is still available, I could grab a another little charm and make one for myself as well. But I don't know. I only have so much wall space, so sending it to her is probably what I'll end up doing. I agree, Judy. This was such a cute project. And then I still have 2 more to do. I think I'm most excited now about the Christmas one because I love snowmen. Well, winter. I don't think it's particularly Christmas themed. But I love snowmen. I almost always have a hard time not buying all the snowmen stuff. We have a lot of our winter and Christmas theme decor is snowmen. So almost all of Monique's from Open Gate Quilts, all of her binding are 1 1/4 inches. I usually cut mine to 1 1/2, but I don't mind the 1 1/4. In some projects, it makes a lot more sense having a little bit more of a thinner binding. Oh, gingerbread. Yeah, they're so cute too. Mike, you're Olaf. You love warm hugs. My son, one year he dressed up as Olaf for Halloween, and Lorelai was Elsa. I was Anna. And yes, even my husband dressed up, and he was, what's the guy's name in it? I can't even think of his name now. But he dressed up as whatever the male character is. It was really cute. I think that was one of the only times we all dressed up as a family, like coordinated. There's a very small window that kids want to actually do that, I feel like. There you go, Mike. I'll have to see if I can find the photos of it. I know we have them somewhere, but finding stuff is difficult. Patty, you love snowmen too? I don't know. There's just something about them. I think they're so cute. We have a lot of Santas too, for some reason. One of the Santas we have, my daughter did not like for a while. She thought he was really creepy. I don't think he bothers her as much anymore. Zaza's Frozen is the only big Disney film you haven't seen. I actually thought that one was really cute. I'm not a big Disney princess fan. The only 2 I don't mind watching is Frozen and Tangled. I think I like Tangled more than Frozen, though. I think Tangled is my daughter's favorite when it comes to Disney as well. But Disney, I don't know. It's never been my favorite when it comes to movies. And the whole princess thing. I don't know. I'm not a big animated movie fan, though. Like my husband and the kids love them. They really love the Cars movies. My daughter still watches those. She likes those a lot. But I'm not, never loved animated movies. I don't know why. We all have our thing, though, I guess. Hey, Luane. I hope you are feeling all the way better now. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. Been really crazy here, but hopefully you've been back and making videos again. I'll have to go check after I hop off here, but hopefully you are all the way better and healed up. I didn't see if Debbie was on, but I know she is one of my quilt friends that loves like trials and all that stuff. But if anybody followed the Alec Baldwin trial, that was wild. I'm sure some of you have probably saw news on it, but that was crazy. I was all set to watch another really long trial, and then that one just went crazy. I really feel for the family, though, because I feel like they really didn't get much justice at all for Helena and stuff. So Judy, yeah, Debbie, yeah, Judy, it was hard. It was, I mean, legally from a standpoint, I completely understand, but I felt so bad for the family. Ian, I agree with you. It was wild, but I do think that it was the only decision the judge could make. Of course, my husband wasn't able to watch that one because he was catching. Oh man, I have to start all over. He wasn't able to watch that one. He really had to catch up on work, but I ran it all by him, and he was like, "Yeah, that's just, you can't do that." Luane, I felt the same way as you. I went by with my husband, but he was like, I mean, you have to, I understand both sides. I do see it. My husband is really big on gun safety. I know we've talked about it before. But he was like, even if somebody hands you a gun, you just can't trust that everything's what they say with it. Like, you have to have, that understanding that it's a weapon that can hurt somebody, and should never point at somebody. I said that too. I was like, he was doing what they were saying, like, to get ready for different shots, but I don't know. He still, at the end of the day, was the one that held it and shot it. But I kind of really, really, really thought from the beginning that he may not, because he's a big celebrity, and not have to really serve any time. But I did not see the trial going the way it did at all. Not at all. Zaza, it is. That's one of the things I kept telling my husband too, is like, that was literally her job, was to make sure all that stuff was fine. But if you followed any of the stuff that happened in court where they were talking about those bullets, and I just kept thinking, like, I wonder if it was somebody setting these people up, because all those bullets looked the same. The live ones and the blanks, to me, looked the same in the photo. They were saying that some of them were pointed more, but I was like, oh my gosh, those all look the same to me. I would have never been able to tell the difference. I agree, Ian. I will never understand why those bullets looked so similar. The blanks and the live rounds just, oh my goodness, I don't understand. I would, like, why not put the blanks, like a bright yellow or red? I don't know. I will never understand how that happened. I do somewhat think, I think they had the right, whatever he was charged with, I think it was like some sort of manslaughter where what his actions resulted in someone's death, but it wasn't intentional, was probably the right call, because I don't think he meant to do anything wrong. But I don't know. It's so hard though, because you also have to feel like, you know, a life is lost, and then the trauma all the people that were around there faced having to see that. I don't know. I don't know what the right call is. I know the judge made the right call at the end of the day for what happened with that prosecutor withholding some of the evidence they had, but I just feel like not enough happened after a life was lost in that. I love to sew. There were supposed to look different. The live rounds and the blanks, they were showing them in court, and I don't remember which one, whether it was the live one or the blanks, but the point of the bullet was different on each one. One was like more pointed and one was more rounded. I couldn't tell the difference. But they said that they were different. I honestly don't think he would have been able to tell the difference. I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference between the two, even if he checked them. Like, to me, they looked so much the same, but I don't know. That's why I feel like something was shady there to begin with them looking so similar. But I thought I read somewhere that they weren't even supposed to have live rounds on set, which makes sense to me. I don't even know why you would have them there to begin with, but it may have came up in the trial too, that they weren't even supposed to be there. I don't think they should have been. Oh man. All right, so I will post pictures. Oh, that would make sense too, Judy, that they would be a different weight. Yeah, I would guess because of whatever materials in them. I don't know enough about guns and ammo either. My husband knows a lot and about laws everywhere, and I'm sure he's explained it to me before, but I don't know. I don't know a lot, but when I saw the photos of the live rounds and the blanks, I just thought it was crazy, because I would think there would be a noticeable difference between them, but the ones that they had looked the same to me. But I'm sure the person who's trained to handle them would be able to tell, but obviously a huge mistake happened in that case. But I will try to get this bound tomorrow, and I'll share pictures on my Facebook page and Instagram of it finished if you want to see those. Hopefully you're on either of those if you have either of those social media accounts. If not, hopefully next week we'll be on, and I will show it there finished as well. Sewing with Luane, I have seen some of those. I think it's all crazy. I could not believe that happened. I feel like here in the United States, we should be doing better than anything like that happening, that happened in Pennsylvania. No matter what political side you're on, I feel like we as humans should be able to get along well enough and understand each other's differences, even if we don't agree, that something like that should never be happening. But but I couldn't believe that happened. I was just in shock the whole rest of that evening. Just terrible. I don't know if it would ever change his stance. I don't know. I haven't heard anything he's that he said after it. I've been still trying to catch up on orders and everything, so I don't even know if he spoke after it happened. I honestly don't know. I feel like that's probably part of the reason we weren't prepared for Burl either, because I get into my own world and I didn't even know there was a hurricane out there. I didn't know any of that was happening until my husband was home and we started noticing that there was no water in the store and everything. And we're like, we need to start preparing. I really do need to pay attention to the news a lot better. It was actually our, I don't even know if we found out about that shooting. It might have been one of our kids that told us, because they their friends were telling them if they had heard it happen. So I really need to be better at keeping up with the news and knowing what's going on. Thank you for stopping on, Cheryl. Yes, hopefully we will both be on next Wednesday. Hopefully nothing crazy happens and me and my husband will both be on to chat with everyone. But I am going to hop off here, hopefully go to sleep soon and get some much needed rest. And hopefully we will see you back here next week. Hopefully nothing crazy will happen. Hopefully everything goes well for all of you throughout the next week. And I appreciate you all hopping on and hanging out with me. Jean, I think we went 2 or 3 days. Trying to think. Ours went out early Monday morning. So I think 2 full days, but it was going on and off after that. Oh yeah, Sunday. Yes. Thank you, Mike. So it was going on and off a couple days while they were turning our power off to put power onto other areas to work on lines, but it was not too bad for us. Thank you, Mike, New York Beauty, for reminding me on Sunday. I think it's 4 p.m. Central. I'll be on Handmade by Ying with Donna's channel. Mike, New York Beauty, will be on there. They are going to be peeling some of our letters that we use for marking fabric and kind of having a little race between Mike and Donna to see who finishes peeling those first. So that video, that live is already scheduled, so you can go turn on the notification for it on Donna's channel so you don't miss it. Loane is asking, didn't Governor Abbott say the electric company didn't have to provide you with power? I don't know what he said. I know a lot of people were really mad because he was doing a tour. I think he was in Taiwan, South Korea, Japan. He was on like a whole tour around there. I know a lot of people were really mad, but I think he had that scheduled for a while, and I think he might have already been gone before we got hit. But I don't know. I need to pay more attention to what is going on, but it's been wild here. So I was really grateful to all the different states that sent linemen here to get power back on fast. And yeah, it's been crazy. We need I don't like getting political, but I feel like we need a clean slate of all of them. And just start over with a bunch of new people in office. I think that would probably be the best way to go. Just a whole clean slate of people to hopefully actually help all of us rather than making things crazier. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to try to get this finished up tomorrow. Hopefully I can show it to you on the next live. I'll post pictures if I do get it finished tomorrow on Facebook and Instagram so you can see it with the binding on. Yeah, I thought that for sure. But yeah, so I will see you all next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And hopefully you had a little bit of fun seeing this come together and chatting with everybody. So yeah, I will see you next week. Thanks so much for coming on here and hanging out with me. Bye, everyone.